Hey everyone, can you hear me? Can you guys hear me? Let me know, please. Alright, sweet. So welcome to the channel. Welcome to this live stream. As promised, just about in time for the second set. I actually managed to catch the ending of the first set, so it was 4-all. Rafa Nadal broke, and then I saw him serve it out. Tsitsipas. There was a really great rally in there, but I felt like Rafa was just, well, from the one game that I've seen so far, he seems to be playing really well. It's pretty crucial for Tsitsipas to get off early in this second set. Rafa is so hard to beat once you're a set down, which is what Tsitsipas finds himself in. Sorry, I don't know if you can hear me. Someone's saying to speak a little bit louder. I hope you can hear me. But yeah, any more louder from myself, and I think I'll be borderline shouting here. Um, but yeah, this is essentially a knockout match, win or lose. Rafa Nadal versus Stefano Tsitsipas for the second place in their round robin. The winner qualifies for the semi-finals. The loser is out of the tournament. Tsitsipas, of course, being the defending champion, and Rafa trying to win his first ever World Tour Finals title. They're just showing Diego Schwartzman in the stands watching the match. He, of course, unfortunately, is out of the tournament in his debut appearance. I'm sure he'll be back again, but I hope so, at least. Hopefully with a bit more luck in future years. Don't know how great the quality is, guys. I hope it's good enough, but yeah, so of course, earlier on in the day, Andrei Rublev got his first win against Dominic Thiem. Don't know how much exactly we can take from that. Perhaps Thiem was just trying to save a bit of energy. He's, of course, already qualified as first place in this group. Um, and yet, still, Andrei Rublev straight sets victory, getting his first win in his career at the World Tour Finals, but still out. And Rafa Nadal, Tsitsipas, one of these guys, whoever wins will qualify, whoever loses will be out. So yeah, please do let me know what you think. Rafa Nadal, of course, winning the first set 6-4 in this opening game of this second set so far. It has just gone to juice. The Tsitsipas serve. Tomorrow, who do I think will win? Great question, Sanajit. Happy to have you on the chat. Also, welcome Gold Wolf as well. Happy to have you on the chat. Between Sasha and Novak, I think majority of us are predicting Novak. However, it's very reminiscent of last year, where Novak won the first game very comfortably, first match, and then ended up losing the other two. Of course, this time last year he was facing Roger Federer. Still, even though it is Roger Federer, a lot of people, including myself, expected Novak to win simply because of, I think it had been 4 years since Federer beat Novak before that match. Tsitsipas now already facing a break point of the opening game of this second set. He really does not want to fall behind early on. Rafa Nadal will be licking his lips at this opportunity here. So yeah, early break point for Rafa here. Advantage. Tsitsipas misses the first serve. Will be down to a second serve. So a very good opportunity for Rafa here to get the early break of serve in the second set. Remember, one set up, 6-4, winning the opening set. But a great point there from Tsitsipas. Backhand cross court. Really found the angles there, and he saves that break point. Goes back to juice. Yeah, sorry that I started the stream a little bit late today. Was a little bit stuck at work, but better late than never. And we are going to be here until the end of this match, so we will know by the end of today if Rafa will reach the semis, which is looking likely right now, or if Stefanos Tsitsipas will reach another semi-final. It does seem a little bit unlikely right now, but best of three set matches can change very quickly. So let me know what you guys are predicting. I'm sure there'll be a lot of predictions for Rafa to win today, but yeah, what does Tsitsipas need to do to change things up, or how can he win this match? What does he need to do? Welcome, Michael, to the chat. Great to have you as always. Very nice backhand there from Tsitsipas, and very importantly, he does hold in this opening game of the second set. Really ballsy tennis, let's say, to save that break point and come through. Because if Rafa had broken there, then he really would be in the ascendancy, set and the breakup. Welcome, Tanmay. Sorry if I'm pronouncing anyone's name wrong or usernames wrong. Yeah, it's great for me to watch along with you guys as well. Normally, I'd be watching this on my own, or it's a lot more fun watching it with others. I know it's not like the same, like it's not physical, or I can't see you guys. However, please do leave tons of comments like you guys do. Drop a thumbs up on the video if you can. It does help YouTube push out the content to others, for them to join the channel. Of course, we are still going for the 3,000 subs before the end of the year, if that is possible. We're about 70 away, so it'd be great to reach that by the end of the year. And yeah, let's see how this match turns out. It's 1-love to Tsitsipas in the second set. However, he is a set down. Golden saying, did you watch Team? So no, I did not. Unfortunately, I can't really watch any of the early matches simply because it's like it's at 2 p.m., which is work time. However, I don't think I'll read too much into that. Team losing 6-2, 7-5. I saw. He's of course qualified. Probably not going at it with the full intensity, but yeah, well done to Rublev. I'm happy he got his win. So then I'm just gonna have a little bit of my dinner. I've not eaten yet, so just bear with me. It's 15-love to Rafa, by the way, at 1-love down in the second set, but set up. Great play there from Rafa, 30-love, very comfortable in this game. I think so. I caught the ending of the first set. I heard something like Rafa has only lost 5 points on his serve in the match so far, which is quite incredible serving. Great 1-2 punch there from Rafa, serving out wide. Seems to have caught Rafa since he was out a little bit with that serve. Of course, being a lefty, serving out wide on the juice side isn't as effective as serving out wide from the ad side. So, but yeah, it's always good to mix it up. Tanmay asking, how much do you rate Rafa to win this tournament this year? Finally, I think I think Rafa has a good chance this year. Normally, so I said the same in Paris, but indoor hard courts are not Rafa's favorite, and a hold to love there from Rafa, by the way. So it is 1-all in this second set. Very comfortable hold for Rafa. Tsitsipas, of course, had to save break points on his serve, um, so it's looking pretty good for Rafa right now. But yeah, sorry, just to carry on, indoor hard courts is not Rafa's best surface. We all know that he's not won the Paris Masters or the World Tour finals in his career. However, generally he does enter these or this part of the season having had a long year or sometimes battling injuries, etc. So, but this year that is not the case. Not played many tournaments at all this year. Should be energized and refreshed. Great ace there from Tsitsipas out wide, 15-love. So for me, I think this is probably Rafa's best chance, and I don't think he's playing bad at all. I think we've all been praising Dominic Thiem and how well he's been playing. However, I mean, there was really not much to pick between Rafa and Dominic Thiem. Rafa had set points in the opening set. Really should have won that 5-2 up in the tiebreak. And both sets going to a tiebreak. So, it really could have gone either way. So, as well as Thiem is playing, I think Rafa's level is very high this year as well. Right now, I think everyone's favourite is Dominic Thiem for the title. However, I don't think there's much of a difference between Rafa's play level of play and Dominic Thiem, even though it was a straight sets affair. Let me know what you think about that opinion. But yeah, for me, for sure, Rafa has a good chance, to win this tournament, as good a chance as anyone else, I would say. So far, a nice, relaxing game for Tsitsipas here, 40 love up. That's what the doctor ordered. A really, really good game from Tsitsipas. Probably one of his best games, even though I've not seen too many. But really good love hold there from both players after the changeover. So it is 2-1 to Stefano Tsitsipas, and he needs to keep this going. I think he just needs to keep it going, try get to the latter part of the set, and I mean he's serving first. So if he gets to 5-4, 6-5, any break point would be a set point. But yeah, I think Novak's definitely not playing his best tennis, not in form. Danu Medvedev admittedly is a bit of a tough matchup for Novak. The game style seems to like Danu Medvedev's game style seems to work very effectively against Novak. So I think the real question to see will be tomorrow, and of course if he does beat Sasha Zverev tomorrow, he'll have a very tough match against Dominic Thiem. If you remember last year, that was probably one of the matches of the year in terms of best of three. Uh, Novak Djokovic and Dominic Thiem in the round robin last year, which was a fantastic watch. So yeah, I'm quite interested to see how that match will play out. And to answer your question, Mihir, I'm having some noodles with bits of chicken in it. So yeah, that's what I'm eating right now. It's my dinner. It's very spicy. Oh, sorry, I missed a question. Majid asking, what do you work as? So, I actually work for a charity or a crowdfunding platform. So, that's what I do. And then on the side, I do coach tennis a little bit on the weekends. However, unfortunately, due to lockdown, I have not been able to do that for a little while now. So, as soon as hopefully this all clears up, I'll be back out on the tennis courts. Great serve out wide from Rafa. So Rafa held to love in his last service game, followed by a Tsitsipas hold to love. So both players serving really well. Rafa's hit 5 aces and Tsitsipas has hit 6. So even in terms of aces, I think Rafa he doesn't really tend to hit too many aces, so that's pretty good going for him. Good rally so far, and Tsitsipas just skies it. So 30 love Rafa once again seems like another service game with no pressure. Great serve down the middle from Rafa. Takes on the volley forehand and puts it away. Great volley. 40 love. Back to back, potentially love holds for Rafa. Looking very good on the serve, I must say. And in general, looking very good this week. He beat Rublev earlier on straight sets. Did lose to Team in straight sets, but it was two very close sets. And now, won the first set against Tsitsipas and well on his way to winning this match and reaching the semi-finals again of the World Tour Finals. Oof, just landed in. What a great half volley pick up there from Rafa. For me, the best player in terms of half volleys is Roger Federer. I think that's a shot that he just does superbly. You know, that half volley where he just bounces and he gets it back, that touch. But Rafa just showed how good he is at that as well. So, yeah, really good stuff. 2-2 in this second set. Yeah, I do read the comments. I try reading as much as I can. Let me know if you have any questions, anything like that. I'll try my best to answer it. But yeah, please do let me know if you have any questions, anything to say. It doesn't necessarily need to be about tennis, but of course, if it is, then that's great. Yeah, brilliant play from Tsitsipas there, 30 love. So we have had, let's do the maths. We've had 3 and then followed by 3 holds. So 15, 16, 17 points in a row that has gone with the serve. Will it be 18 points in a row? Well, it's going to have to be off a second serve. Tsitsipas hits the net on his first serve. Out and not an 18th point in a row on serve for both players. 30-15. Tsitsipas still very much in control of this game. Yeah, the sneak attack by Roger, I think, what's he called, the saber or something. Really, really effective method. Yeah, Rafa Nadal really well played. They turned defense into attack really quickly, and he does that a lot with that forehand. And yeah, 30 all. So there is pressure in this service game for Stefano Tsitsipas. Really can't afford to go and break down. Might say most popular tennis commentator. Um, Gold Wolf, yeah, he does. He's a little bit notorious, but always up for a little laugh. Great serve out wide from Tsitsipas. Does not land in from Rafa, and you can see what he means. Tsitsipas already with the fist bumps and etc. 40-30. So this is a question I asked yesterday. So yeah, this is a question I asked yesterday, and it'd be interesting to hear what you guys have to say about it today. There are different people here. So a question I asked yesterday was, how many weeks do you guys think Novak will end his career as world number one? So currently he's on, I think, 295 or so, pretty much guaranteed to pass 305 ish. And I mean, like, look, most likely he will break the 310 from Roger. However, what are you guys predicting he will end his career on? So I took a little bit of a guess and said 360. We had a few people saying 340, 350, 370. Someone even saying 400. So that 400 would be another 2 years being number one. It doesn't need to be in this one go. He could lose it and then come back. But yeah, that was my prediction. And also, who do you think will take it off him? Will it be Rafa Nadal, Dominic Thiem, Daniil Medvedev, or even someone else? Who do you think will be the next world number one? And yeah, how many weeks do you think Novak will be number one for? Benjamin, yeah, I'm really, really sorry. Look, I do kind of use a normal laptop, not a great laptop. My internet seems to be a bit poor today as well, and it does seem to be affecting the video and the audio. So I really do apologize for that. Just try bear with me, please. I'm speaking louder today than I did in the previous days, so Not quite sure why that is happening, but yeah, really sorry if the audio and the video isn't great. Sorry, I forgot to update. It is 3-2 to Tsitsipas here. Rafa Nadal serving. I think the question that was asked was how many weeks do we all think Novak is going to end his career on as world number one? Tan Mei saying 350, Mr. Schwartz saying 365. Um, I'm probably gonna be around the 360 mark. And also, who do you think will take it off him? Is Rafa Nadal or Dominic Thiem? Maybe Medvedev, maybe someone else. Who will take that world number one ranking off him? Rafa Nadal, by the way, has still yet to lose a single point on serve in this set so far. Serving exceptionally, won his opening two service games in this set to love, and now 15 love up again here. I think we've just passed the 20 people on the stream, which is amazing. You know, really happy for that. So thank you so much to everyone who's on the stream. I hope you enjoy it. Ask as many questions as you want. Take part in the chat take part in the chat and also if you can, it'd be great if you could drop a thumbs up on the video and subscribe if you haven't already, as YouTube would then help promote the channel. But yeah, some more answers coming through. Jojo saying 400 weeks again. Wow. But at the same time, he's predicting great point from Rafa, and that's the 10th point in a row on serve in this set so far. But yeah, Jojo, sorry, you were saying that Rafa wins the Australian next year to become number one again. However, he's still also predicting 400 for Novak. So, predicting Rafa for the Australian Open win, getting the world number one back, but then still 2 more years of Novak number one after that. Interesting prediction. Thank you for sharing with us. Tan Mei saying he was sad when Rafa bottled it against Team. Rafa played better the whole match. Sorry, I'm just watching this point. Rafa, just that forehand. Wow, 14 half, by the way. Again, another game with no pressure whatsoever. He didn't capitalize on the important moments and lost. Yep. Look, both players were played really well in that match. However, tennis is always about fine margins. Even when a player wins 6-3, 6-4, 6-3, it may look like such a one-sided dominant victory. However, if you look at the points, there'll probably still only be about 10, 15 points in it. And it's just those fine margins. So many times a match is won by like 1 or 2 points, and it's literally who plays the bigger points. So yes, Rafa Nadal and Dominic Thiem, fantastic match. By the way, Rafa Nadal has just lost his first point in this set so far, so by still 40-15, so no alarm bells ringing. They're just showing a nice stat that uh, if a rally has been under 5 shots, Rafa and Tsitsipas have won the same amount, 24 points. But the longer the rally has gone, and if a rally has gone over 9 shots, Rafa has won 8, Tsitsipas has only won 1. So the longer the rally goes, Rafa's really taking the initiative, and Rafa holds serve very comfortably again, and it's 3-all, and we're slowly entering the business part, the exciting part of the set. But yeah, matches are always decided on crucial points, very those important points. Who plays them better? And Team played them better the other day, and well deserved. However, if they were to face again, I wouldn't say Rafa has no chance because he lost that match. Thank you, Jojo, for the subscription. Appreciate that. So Mr. Schwartz there saying tennis isn't just Grand Slams, but even there Rafa will be behind Novak. I think it'll be tough for Novak right now, but still definitely possible. 17 and 20. I think the worst possible scenario, and something that Gold Wolf has just touched on as well, is Novak will really not want Rafa winning the Australian Open. As he said it, putting himself, he'll be 4 ahead. You're going to predict Rafa to win the French. That would put him on 22. So I think the worst possible scenario for Novak would be Rafa winning the Australian Open. But I mean, if Mr. Schwartz, if you are to be correct, then Novak really needs to have a big year next year, I feel. Yeah, just touching on what Goldwolf has also said, Rafa winning the Australian Open and French next year would be just, incredible for him. I'm sure the GOAT race will still live on for a couple more years at least, but definitely if he was to get to 22 by the French Open next year, it is looking very unlikely that Novak or Roger will catch up to him. And I think that that dominance on clay at the French Open really gives Rafa that edge in this whole slam race. In this game, by the way, it's 30-15. Rafa was love 15 in this Tsitsipas service game, but Tsitsipas winning the last 2 points, 30-15. We'll just watch this point. Tsitsipas, they're exchanging backhands right now. By the way, for a lefty and a righty, exchanging backhands is just down the lines. But a bit of a seems like a frame hit from Tsitsipas, and it's 30 all, just like the previous game, under a little bit of pressure. Really does not want to be broken here because then it could be curtains very very soon. Jojo saying it is just so more important for Novak to win big titles than to Rafa. Of course, he gets nervous as well, but I think Rafa's motivation is fighting. Yeah, sometimes because look, I think all three of the big three they will have that pressure upon themselves to win these titles. They may say I don't, it's just fun and etc. Taking part is what counts, but they don't become great champions without that competitive edge to them. So I think Novak is probably the most vocal about it, but I feel like they would all put that pressure. Great point there from Tsitsipas. Did seem like he was going to be break it down, but yeah, it's 40 to Tsitsipas here. But yeah, I think they all put that pressure on themselves. Jojo, Atif saying Tsitsipas is still a spoiler. Um, has got improved, has not improved much. Only team amongst newcomers looking threat to big guns. Yeah, I mean, like after he won the World Tour Finals last year, I did expect a little bit more from Tsitsipas, and yeah, but I mean, I wouldn't put Team and Tsitsipas in the same category. Team isn't a newcomer; he's 27. He's definitely not next gen at all. And for me, Tsitsipas, Medvedev, and Zverev, Rublev, they're next gen players. Team is not next gen, so not a newcomer at all, or in that category for me. Tanmay saying it's 3:20 in the morning in India. Wow, that is dedication to watch Rafa. Much respect to you, Tanmay. Amazing stuff. Much yeah, I can't imagine. I mean, I've done it a couple of times for the US Open final or like an important Australian Open match. But yeah, 3:20 a.m. in the morning. That's crazy. And I hope it's worth your time staying up. Marvin, welcome to the chat, by the way, saying that he thinks Medvedev and Team are the biggest threats to the big three. Completely agree with you. They are by far, for me, the most dangerous players, especially Medvedev to Djokovic. He does just seems to have figured him out a little bit. But yeah, and Team, of course, just improving every year. Just give me about 30 seconds to a minute, guys. I'll be back really soon. Sorry about that, guys. I am back right now. 4-3 to Tsitsipas in this second set. Still going on serve. Rafa Nadal, it's his fourth service game. Still only has dropped one point on his serve. So you feel like at this point, Tsitsipas's best opportunity or chance in this match is for him to take it to a tiebreak, hold two more service games, and then potentially do something in the tiebreak because he is not even getting a sniff in any of these Rafa Nadal service games. Rafa is serving very, very well and really dominant. And as shown before, that whenever the rally gets slightly longer, he's really owning it in that department. So Tsitsipas, his best bet right now is to keep the rallies as short as possible and take this second set into a tiebreak because, yeah, as I've said, Rafa Nadal really not giving anything for Stefanos to work with, and a great second serve. Was that a second serve ace? Yeah, I think that was a second serve ace. Out wide, and yeah, phenomenal. I think it painted both lines there. So 40 love for Rafa, and it's probably going to be 4-4 very soon. But yeah, let me know what you think. Can Tsitsipas turn this around? Can he take it into a tie break? Will he get a surprise break? I mean, that's one of the advantages of serving first in a set. You know, if Tsitsipas was to hold, it'd be 5-4. And then there's that pressure for Rafa that if he was to get broken, it not only is break point, but it's set point as well at the same time. Keep the banter, keep the chat in the chat buzzing, guys. If you have any questions for me or would like me to talk about something or answer a question, or preferably tennis related, but it doesn't necessarily need to be about tennis, then please do drop it in the chat. Take part in the conversations taking place there. 4-all in this second set, still going on serve, and Tsitsipas cannot afford to get broken now because then Rafa will be serving for the match. Really nice to see that a lot of new faces on the chat. I hope you guys enjoy it. Take part in the conversations. Over 50 people right now, which is incredible. Please do drop a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel if you're new. It really does help promote the channel to new viewers, new tennis fans. Or you can watch some of my previous content. I'm sure. Well, I hope you do enjoy it. Just full of tennis chat, tennis lovers on this channel. Really, Jojo asking, what do you think was Rafa's biggest and most popular match of his career? Considering you would say Wimbledon 2008. So Wimbledon 2008 was, of course, a huge, huge match for Rafa, winning that, winning his first Grand Slam outside of the clay, beating Roger Federer at Wimbledon finally after some really tough losses in the previous couple of years. So yeah, probably that it's quite an important match there, to put it lightly, and the obvious answer. But if I'm going to think about, and by the way, Tsitsipas has just held to love there, so 5-4. He's doing his bit. He only needs one more service hold to at least guarantee a tiebreak for himself, which is probably his best bet to win this set, as he's only won 1 point in the 4 Rafa Nadal service games so far. But you never know, in this, it might give a bit of pressure to Rafa. Tsitsipas may feel something, might come out and break Rafa, surprise us, and take it into a third set. But yeah, most popular match, look, of course, it's going to be Wimbledon 2008. But to mention some other probably very important Rafa Nadal matches, I think the 2013 semi-final against Novak was a very, very big match for him in the French Open. I feel like had he lost that match, Novak would have collected his French Open title a lot earlier and probably would have had multiples, and Rafa probably would have had a couple of less French Opens had he lost that match. So he probably wouldn't be on 20. So that 2013 French Open final, very important as well. And like, look, any of his most important matches, you're going to have to put Grand Slam finals in there. But yeah, those two really stick out. In terms of finals, probably the US Open final against Novak, the French Open 2017 was quite important because he had not won it for 3 years. So that was quite important for him to get back to winning ways. Of course, he didn't even lose a set in the entire tournament that year. So yeah, very important match there for Rafa. And yeah, that's probably his set of most important matches. Yeah, Tanmay saying, I know you follow football. Who do you support? So I follow. I do follow football. I follow the Premier League. I support Liverpool. Lots of injuries so far right now, so yeah, it's not looking too good, but still third in the league. Alexa, Nadal best performance on one tournament outside clear. I think the 2009 Australia, but 100%. I feel like that 2009 final from Rafa against Roger, because if you remember correctly, he played that marathon match against Verdasco, the semi-final, and he also played a day after the first semi, which was Roger. So Roger definitely went into the final a lot fresher. Great backhand pass there from Tsitsipas and his love 15. That is very interesting there from Tsitsipas. So yeah, love 15. What I'll do is I'll use the because this is quite an important game. I'll use the third column just to keep the points up to date, and I'll update them as it happens. But yeah, love 15 here from Tsitsipas, and we'll really watch this next game quite important, because look, this is only Tsitsipas' second point in a Rafa Nadal serve this entire set, but he's won the first point here, and there is pressure on Rafa. Wow, wow! Tsitsipas almost missed the opportunity there, but he has made it love 30 in this game, and now this could be a big turning point. It reminds me a little bit about Tsitsipas versus Novak Djokovic at the French Open semis, 2 sets down, and then at 5-4 gets the break to make it 6-4, and then the match starts changing. So all of a sudden, having won only 1 point in the 4 previous service games, Tsitsipas loved 30 and 2 points away from the second set, 15-30. Yep, it did land in Stefanos. I know he's looking at the umpire. Of course, this is electronic system. Let me know what you think, by the way, of this whole electronic system. Sorry if I'm not, catching up with the chat right now. I do really want to watch this game because it is a crucial game. And yeah, let's see if Stefanos gets quite a sneaky little, let's say, set here, because Rafa for sure has been. So Stefanos cross-court forehand to Rafa's backhand. Rafa goes down the line, the backhand down the line from Stefanos to Rafa's backhand again. Another down the line from Stefanos, backhand to backhand. Of course, a righty versus a lefty, backhand to backhand is down the lines. Stefanos really well goes for the drop shot. Rafa Nadal chases it down, cross-court again. Stefanos tries going down the line, and Rafa can't put the volley away. And we have 2 set points for Stefanos Tsitsipas. Who saw that coming, guys? Rafa Nadal has been so consistent on his own serve in this second set. Before this game, he had only lost 1 point. So yeah, 2 set points. And this, I always say it must get really boring for you guys right now. But um, whoever serves first in a set, this is where your advantage comes in, because it's not only break points, it is set points. And Rafa has to save 2 set points now. Great to see loads of people, over 70 people on this, probably the highest I've had in ever. So yeah, welcome to it. I hope you enjoy it. Please do leave your comments, leave any questions, take part in the chat. I hope you enjoy it. Please do drop a thumbs up, as it helps promote the channel to new tennis lovers, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. We are trying to reach 3,000 subs before the end of the year. We're about 70 away, so yeah, let's see. 15-40. Rafa, great serve out wide. Stefano gets it back, but great 1-2 from Rafa. He loops it up. Rafa with the overhead smash and takes it very comfortably, and he saves his first set point. So 30-40. Still another set point for Stefanos here. Rafa Nadal. Would you guys say Rafa is the best at overhead smashes out of the big three? At least I think it's safe to say that out of overhead smashes, Novak is the worst. But is Rafa the best? I very rarely see Rafa miss an overhead smash. But yeah, 30-40 Rafa serving to stay in the set, and it will be a second serve. He hits the net. Really interesting developments. Over 80 people on the stream. Really great. Welcome to the chat, guys. Welcome to the stream. I hope you enjoy it. I hope you do. Subscribe and leave a thumbs up. But yeah, let's see. Second serve, Tsitsipas, biggest opportunity. Wow. What happened here, guys? Tsitsipas gets the break, and not only that, it was a double fault from Rafa. Who saw that coming, guys? That was just incredible stuff. I said it in the game before that even though Rafa had only lost 1 point um, all set on his serve, there is that pressure of serving to stay in the set, and really out of nowhere, let's be honest, Tsitsipas gets the break of serve and wins the second set. We are going into a decider, of course, in this match. Whoever wins qualifies for the semi-finals. Whoever loses is out. So yeah, great. Wow, I mean, I'm very surprised. I did not expect that. I did say it could happen. There are 96 people on the stream, by the way. Amazing stuff. Can we get to 100 for the first time on like in this channel's history? That would be really great. 96 people. Please do leave a comment on the chat. Welcome to the live stream. I hope you enjoy it. If you have any questions, anything you'd like to discuss, drop it in the chat. And we have just, well, I can see 100 people on the chat. That is a new record for the channel. And it does seem like a lot of people are engaged in this Rafa Nadal versus Stefanos Tsitsipas do or die, let's say, match. The winner qualifies, loser is out. Um, Rafa Nadal had been serving brilliantly so far, but the pressure gets to him. And of course, if you break to take the set, you then also serve first. So Stefanos Tsitsipas will start off this final deciding set, the most important set, let's say, serving first. So the same implications could happen if he manages to hold on. There was pressure on the Tsitsipas serve in the opening game of this second set. Rafa had break point. He had another break point later in the set. So yeah, there was pressure. However, Stefanos did really well. I thought he'd go to a tie break, but Stefanos gets the break out of nowhere, really. Let's be honest, and takes this second set. How are you enjoying this match so far? If you're a Rafa fan, are you feeling a little less confident now of Rafa's chances, or do you think this was just a little blip and he will turn it around? Let's say. Sorry, I'm getting a bit stuck on my own words. Yeah, but yeah, really nice to have everyone on the channel. Titanka, welcome again. Long time no see, actually. SJ, welcome back after yesterday. Yeah, please do leave some comments, any take part in the chat, any questions you may have, as we are now underway in this third deciding set. It's essentially now a best of one set to decide who reaches the semis and who is out. And to mirror the way the second set ended, the third set begins with a double fault, this time from Stefanos. Yeah, just as the commentator is saying, every single match that Stefanos has played this year has gone the distance. So his opening match against Dominic Thiem, his second match against Rublev, and now against Rafa. So this is his third three-set match consecutively. And the first time Rafa is playing a third set in this tournament so far this year as well. Tan Mei saying, we just watched this point. Tsitsipas definitely in the lead, goes towards the net, but a great passing shot from Rafa with Tsitsipas at the net. Amazing shot, and love 30. So straight away, pressure on the Tsitsipas serve, and Rafa seems to have put aside any disappointment from the previous set. Love 30 now in this opening game. Tammy saying, Tamid, I hope this forum reaches great heights, tremendous growth. I hope so too. It's only really through the support from you guys. And yeah, I really do appreciate it. And yeah, we'll see. But yeah, let's try get to 3,000 subs before the end of the year. That would be quite phenomenal. Great serve outside, out wide from Tsitsipas there, 30-15, 15-30, sorry. Still needs to probably win the next 2 points, or he does need to, unless he wants to face a break point. Wow, that second serve was very close to going out there from Tsitsipas. However, a very, very poor forehand straight into the net, and it is 15-40. So Tsitsipas having to face two break points straight away in this opening game. It'd be quite mega for him to save both of these. But it'd be very good for Rafa as well to put aside those disappointments from losing the second set. So this could be where the match turns against Tsitsipas not serving well. We'll have to serve a second serve again. Let me know what you guys think. Who is your current favorite to win this match? Still Rafa or Stefanos now? And that does look out, and it is out, and Rafa gets that break of serve straight away in this second set, or in this third set rather. He'll feel a lot better after losing that second set. He would have felt disappointment, annoyance. He'd only lost 1 point on his serve the entire set before that game, and then getting broken. But yeah, best way to react, get the early break. So Rafa really showing his mental strength here. One love up with the break of serve, will be serving. Can he consolidate it? Stefanos will look to get that break back as soon as possible. Yes, SJ, I completely agree with you. Does take the pressure off. Yeah, definitely takes the pressure off. SJ saying, do you agree Rafa has the best drop volley in the game? Yeah, I think both him and Roger are quite similar. I've always said that I feel like Roger has the best feel, the best touch, the best half volleys in tennis. I think that's where he's really excels compared to the rest. But Rafa is definitely up there with Roger, I'd say. Great opening point from Rafa. Down the line, forehand winner. That forehand is really impressive. What do you guys think of Rafa's outfit, by the way? I know this is a bit of an awkward or weird question to ask, but I am really, really digging this outfit. I think it's a great color. I've always been a fan of like dark greenish. But yeah, I don't think the shorts. I mean, it's purplish, but yeah, oh, very, very poor forehand there from Rafa. Unforced error, 15 all. Titanka saying finally Rafa converting the break point. He's been creating pressure constantly on Stefanos' serve. Completely agree with you. He really should have broken Stefanos, or like he had break points, and also he had absolute no pressure on his serve at all the entire second set. So that break of serve from Stefanos did really come out of nowhere. Yep, just out, called by the electric umpire. Let me know what you think by the electronic umpire. Do you think it's the way forward for tennis, or do you think the traditional human umpire refereeing system with challenges is the better method? So far, trading backhands down the line, lefty versus righty. Rafa goes to the forehand, Tsitsipas goes to the backhand again, and a great shot from Rafa, and it is 30-15. So it's looking like he's on his way to consolidate this break. Rishab, welcome to the channel, saying AO21 is going to be very crucial to the gold race. Yes, I think so too. I think it's almost borderline must win for Novak if he wants to end his career with the most slams. But I think Rafa, if he does win the Australian Open, that would be huge. Of course, becoming the first player from the big three or in the Open era to have multiple slams on all Grand Slam tournaments, and also then will be most likely winning the French Open, which would put him on 22. So definitely, if Rafa wins Australian Open 2020, it does look like it will be game over in terms of the Slam race. But yeah, for me, Novak, it's a must-win Slam. And if he doesn't win it, then he really does not want Rafa to win it. Probably a Dominic Thiem or a Daniil Medvedev would be a better choice. Roger, of course, um, very for me unlikely to win the Australian Open. I know he did it in the past in 2017 where he was off for a large portion of 2016, came back and won the Australian Open. However, it's 4 years on since then. I just don't think he's going to win. I still think Roger's best chance would be at Wimbledon simply because there's less threats and less competition on grass courts. I think next gen have really excelled and improved on hard courts, but are still yet to figure out how to play well on grass. 30 all, by the way, and great backhand there from Tsitsipas. Great defensive get from Rafa. And will he win this point somehow? Oh, just out. And Stefanos has break back points straight away. So Rafa, he was 30-15 up, and now Stefanos has break back point. This could be huge as well. Hey Ibrahim, I hope you're alright. Nice to see you on the chat. Big Rafa fan I know. Rishabh saying Djokovic can make it 9 AOs while Rafa has a good chance for double career Grand Slam. Yep, just as I touched on earlier, this Australian Open very very entertaining, exciting to see. I just read a few articles the other day in terms of Australian Open preparations because of this whole 14-day quarantine potential. How early would players have to get to Australia? Will there be a warm up tournament, etc.? So excited to see how it goes on, but I'm under no uh, illusion that the Australian Open won't happen. I'm pretty certain it will happen, and it doesn't make sense for it to be cancelled. Rafa facing a break point here, almost goes out, hits, paints the line, hits into the forehand. Stefanos backhand, and very very poor backhand from Rafa, and he loses this. He loses his break of serve. It's 1-0. Stefanos breaks back straight away, and definitely Rafa's level of play has dropped considerably in the last 20 minutes or so, I would say. It seemed like he turned the corner, getting that early break of serve in the opening game of the third set, but he's been broken and really, like, I mean, SJ said it perfectly, very, very scrappy. Tanmay saying, Tamid, who do you think is the best defensive baseline player in tennis all time history? For me, the best defensive player, well, it's between Rafa and Novak, really. Um, like both players. I mean, they're both like great defenders in the back of the court. However, it's still quite different style. But if I had to pick one, I probably would say Rafa's the best defender, simply because he managed to just chase down absolutely everything so many times. He's on the run. He's 5 meters outside of the court, 5 meters behind the court, and somehow will come up with a winner. So for me, the best defensive baseline player of all time. Rishabh saying at this rate, even if Rafa makes it through, he's going to struggle against Medvedev. Yeah, I mean, so Medvedev, he had his opportunities to beat Rafa last year at the same tournament, if you remember. Ooh, great play. Did that land in? Wow. I don't know if you guys are watching, but Rafa just did a backhand overhead smash cross court. And for me, this is why Rafa is the best overhead smasher in the game. That no, I don't think any other player can do a shot like that as consistently as Rafa can. I've seen him do this many times. So yeah, wow, amazing, amazing shot there from Rafa. Really nice to see so many people on this chat. Please do join in with the conversations. And if you haven't already, please do drop a thumbs up and subscribe if you, once again, haven't already. And Tsitsipas shows us the other side of how not to do an overhead smash. Straight to the bottom of the net, and it's love 40. So potentially a fourth break of serve in a row coming up here, guys, for both players. The level of play has really come down. Really, really, it was good. It was high in the first couple of sets, but now it's like neither player really finding their rhythm. But yeah, so just to touch up on what I was saying earlier, Medvedev, he should have beaten Rafa last year, 5-1 up in the deciding set. Couldn't do it. If I'm not mistaken, he's not actually beaten Rafa. He's not beaten Rafa in his career. I don't think so. So he'll need to get over that hurdle. So no matter how Rafa is playing, Medvedev will always, he might have that mental block. That defeat last year must have been fairly painful, probably more painful than the U.S. Open perhaps, because he really should have won that match. U.S. Open was of course more important, but yeah. So you guys just going through a couple of messages. Jacob saying Prime Nadal, Prime Djokovic, and Prime Murray are all candidates for best defensive player. Yep, I'm not going to argue with you there. And the funny thing is, they all have it in a different way. I think Rafa is probably the best in terms of really never getting the most balls back and turning defense into attack so quickly. He can do that with one shot. He could be on the run, 5 meters out wide, 5 meters behind, and he'll do a forehand out of nowhere or something, and straight away he's either hit a winner somehow or he's in the ascendancy of the point. And that's what he's best at. Novak Djokovic, of course, getting absolutely everything back like a machine. The flexibility, chasing every ball down, his strengths are there. And Murray probably the greatest in terms of anticipating where the next shot will go. His prediction, the way he reads the game, reads the play. I don't think anyone does it better than Murray. Please do let me know if I'm mistaken. But for me, three great defensive players, all in their own different ways and styles. Tachanka saying it really well. This is a bit of a roller coaster moment. Definitely just flipping from side to side. Let's see who gets the early break of or early hold of serve in this third set. Rafa with the advantage now, 2 games to 1 up in the final set. So love 15 here. Are we gonna have another break of serve? Uh, no one seems to want to hold their own service games. 85 people on the chat by the way, on the live stream. Welcome to the channel. Really glad to have you guys. If you're enjoying it or if you're taking part in discussions, please do drop a thumbs up for the video. Would be awesome. If you haven't subscribed, please do hit the subscribe button. We are trying to get to 3,000 subs. But yeah, we're on 22 likes. Let's see if we can get that up to 30 by the time the stream ends. So yeah, please do drop a thumbs up and welcome to the channel and take part in the chat. I think so. A few people are saying Medvedev played really well. I think yesterday Medvedev played his best tennis this entire year against Novak. However, it'd be interesting and wow, love 30 in this game. So I don't know what is going on here, guys. Please, can someone try and make any sense of it? But yeah, I think Medvedev brings his best game out against Novak. I think the game style really suits him. So it'll be interesting to see if Medvedev can carry on playing like that. He did win Paris, so he's in a nice bit of form in this important stage or final stage of the year. Oh, very close there from um, very close there from Tsitsipas. I think Jose no veo el partido imbecil. So you don't watch imbeciles play? Is that what you're trying to say? My rudimentary Spanish skills. Yeah, that's what I'm translating that as. But um, who are you calling an imbecile? Rafa or Tsitsipas? I'm quite interested to know. But yeah, Tim, I agree with what you're saying. Worry about Medvedev after this. There's no point worrying about Medvedev if yeah, Rafa doesn't make it to the semis. So I don't think either player is thinking about Daniil Medvedev right now. It's between these guys. As you can see from some of the stats on the video, huge difference of experience between the two. Rafa Nadal, who really poor backhand there from Stefanos, and it's 30 all. So from love 30, it becomes 30 all. As you can see, they've played each other 6 times, 5-1, positive head-to-head for Rafa, and 3 love on the hard court. So Stefanos has never beaten Rafa on the hard court. He actually beaten him the one time on clay, surprisingly. And yeah, 86 titles for Rafa, 5 for Tsitsipas, one big title for Tsitsipas, which was this tournament last year, 56 for Rafa. And yeah, as you can see in the live rankings, Rafa is second place, Tsitsipas is sixth. Rafa turning this game around really quickly, 40-30 now, from love 30 to 40-30. So it does look like he's going to hold and consolidate his break of serve. So Jojo asked if Rafa is the most unbeatable player in terms of on clay. Like, is that the biggest test in tennis? And I completely agree with you. I think the biggest test in tennis, the biggest challenge in tennis, and the most, like, if you were going to say, like, if you were going to bet your house on something, it would be Rafa Nadal winning on clay. So yes, I completely agree that the biggest challenge and the most, let's say, unbeatable player on any, let's say, specific court is Rafa Nadal on clay, especially on Philippe Chatrier, for sure, for sure. I don't think anyone's going to argue with that, and it'd be very silly to argue with that as well. Jojo also saying, do you think Novak is a better player on hard courts than Rafa? I think I do. I'm not going to lie to you. Um, for me, it's the same way. Rafa is a better player than Novak on clay. Yes, Rafa has more US Opens, but I mean, in terms of everything, Australian Opens, 8-1, not really comparable, and then Masters 1000s, etc. Novak is the better player on hard courts than Rafa. Rafa is, of course, better on clay. Yeah, SJ, great stat there. Rafa had hit 25 winners and only 7 unforced errors before this set. Probably been reversed now, right? After the quality of play we've been watching in this third set. And yeah, you're right, the level has dropped so much. I think both players are hitting too many unforced errors. Level has definitely dropped. However, it does seem like Stefanos will hold his serve here. Still a breakdown, of course, in this third set, but I mean, there's been breaks of serves galore recently in this match. So yeah, it's definitely not over yet. Yep, and Stefanos holds serves 3-2, and it was important for him to hold there because had he gone down another break, then probably would have been curtains. So yeah, 3-2. Rafa still with the slight advantage with that break of serve. SJ asking who am I taking, Prime Roger or Prime Novak on an indoor hard court? For me, I'd probably take Prime Roger on this one. I feel like indoor hard courts was by far Rogers, probably alongside grass, but really dominant. I feel like Novak has definitely taken the upper hand in recent years, and of course, if they were to face now, I'd take Novak. But in terms of both at their absolute primes, I'm gonna have to take Roger on that one. I feel like it really suits the more aggressive player, the indoor hard courts, and yeah, for me, prime Roger for indoor hard courts. Rafa, time amazing. Rafa has been so unlucky in Aussie Open over the years. He made 5+ finals in both Wimbledon and Australia, but definitely should have won at least 2 Australian Open. Yeah, sure. I mean, he has had a lot of defeats. I think it's kind of like a mirror. So Rafa has had Australian Open final defeats the same way Novak and Roger have had French Open final defeats, and it's pretty much almost all the time been to each other, right? So Roger losing all his French Open finals to Rafa, Novak losing all of them except one where he lost to Stan Wawrinka, and Rafa losing all of his Australian Open finals to Novak or Roger, and one to Stan Wawrinka. So yeah, I think it's you could put it the same way. Those guys really. So we've seen all the players fairly extensively so far this week. A question for every single person: who has impressed you the most, and who is your favorite now to win the tournament? Will it be Dominic Thiem? Will it be Daniil Medvedev? Will it be Rafa, Tsitsipas, perhaps Novak, Zverev? Those are the 6 players still technically in the tournament. So yeah, please do let me know. We've seen everyone right now. If you had to predict a winner, who are you guys going for? I'm very interested to hear what you guys say. You can't say this person or that person, or if this were to happen or if that. You have to pick one name now. Please flood the chat with the name. Drop the name of the person you're going to pick. You can only pick one. Let's see how interesting this gets. 15 love for Rafa, by the way. 30 love for Rafa. So things seem to have become a little bit more normal again in this third set. Rafa now, both players holding their serves a lot more comfortably after three back-to-back breaks of serves in the opening three games of this set. Rafa with the advantage with the break of serve and 30 love up now at 3-2. But yeah, please do let me know who you think is the favourite for this tournament. Having seen everyone play, let me know what you think. Getting a few comments in SJ saying um, team Titanka saying Medvedev is a bigger threat to Rafa than Novak. Um, I don't know if I agree with that one necessarily. Am I behind, by the way, guys? Because for me it's 40 love right now. I might be slightly behind. That'd be a great shame, actually. So if I'm, oh, that's a bit strange. It is 4-2 to Rafa now. Um, in this third set, only two games away from booking his place in the semi-finals to face Daniil Medvedev. Edgar saying he's a Novak fan, but he thinks Medvedev is the biggest favorite right now. Tan Mei saying, as a Rafa fan, I want Rafa to win, but I think Medvedev got this one pocketed already. Tim, on the other hand, saying Rafa can hit through Medvedev. So yeah, that's quite interesting. So it does seem like a lot of people are backing either, or a lot of people for Medvedev really. It was a really, really impressive display from him yesterday. And great shot there from Tsitsipas. I think it'd be quite funny, right? So both Novak and Rafa could potentially get to the semis, when they can, but they both go in a second place. So probably not first place, like a lot of people may have predicted. And then Rafa losing to Dominic, Novak losing to Daniil. It'd be funny if they still ended up playing the final against each other, right? I'm actually quite interested to see how Daniel would play against Rafa. He, of course, had the great chance to beat him last year. Couldn't do it. Lost to him in the US Open final as well. Lost to him in Canada and then lost to him at London. So three defeats there against Rafa. It did seem like he would finally get his win at the World Tour Finals. 5-1 up in the decider, but couldn't do it. So that would definitely be a interesting matchup between the two. 86 people on the live stream. Welcome to everyone. If you're new here, hope you enjoy the content. Please do check out some of the previous work. And if you like it, please do drop a sub as we are trying to reach 3,000 subscribers before the end of the year. And drop a thumbs up if you haven't already as well, as it is really helping promote the channel to a wider audience. 30 all in this game, by the way, so far. Rishabh saying Medvedev and team back to back could be challenging for Rafa. For sure, that can. Brandon saying, I think this tournament is the best I have ever seen Nadal play indoors. Yep, I think even though, so look, a lot of people are getting a little bit mistaken because of his loss to team. Look, that match could have gone either way. It was 7-6, 7-6. The first tiebreak, Rafa really should have won that one. But yeah, really very little to pick between the two. I think he is playing very, very well. But I think Daniil Medvedev is playing the best he has all year this tournament. I think team is playing at a very high level. And I mean, I wouldn't write off Novak just yet as well. Yep, Titanka, I think I do agree with you. Um, he has definitely raised his level compared to Paris. I didn't see much of Paris. I did see his match against Sasha though, but for sure, Rafa is playing his for some of his best tennis on indoor hard courts at least this year, and I'm slightly behind, which is really annoying. I'm gonna try see why that is the case. But he will now serve for the match. Got the double break, and it's pretty much game over at this point. Okay, now I'm even more behind. What's going on? I need to. Right, just gonna have to bear with me, guys. Hopefully not for too long. Rafa is going to be serving for the match at 5-2. So well, so I'm watching on Amazon Prime on my TV. Of course, it's not showing on TV in the UK. You have to watch it on Prime. But my stream does seem to be slightly behind. But yeah, I think it's pretty clear now that it will be Rafa versus Danil. And like we saw it with Team and Rublev earlier, I think Schwartzman will probably end up beating Medvedev tomorrow. I think just because, of course, whoever's playing today gets that extra day of rest. Whoever's playing tomorrow, so Medvedev and Novak or Zverev, they don't get a day break between that match and the semi-finals. Um, so yeah, it's a little bit tougher for them, and I'm sure Daniel's gonna pretty much take it easy against Schwartzman. Already qualified as first place, of course. And I think that's what really I don't like because it's not tanking. Well, it is kind of tanking, and it would be. I mean, yeah, this year there is no fans, but imagine someone had paid to see that match, and both players aren't really going for their absolute best. So I don't think there's a solution around that. If there's a way around it, but yeah, that's it. Really, it's a really bit of a downside to this whole league format once the situation comes that a player's already qualified, and especially leading up to a semi-final the following day. I would fully expect Danu to conserve as much energy as possible, and I'd expect Schwartzman to win one, which would still be nice for Schwartzman to win. However, um, however, yeah, don't know what people think of that. I think it's love 30. So for me, it's love 15, but it does seem to be love 30. I mean, I still, for me, no real alarm bells should be ringing. He does have two, well, three bites at the cherry, but two on his own serve. So, yeah, let's see. Can Tsitsipas stage a very unlikely comeback? 25 thumbs up, by the way. Really thank you to everyone who's dropped a thumbs up. Appreciate it. I think yeah, SJ saying it's the downside of the round robin format, but the round robin format you like it a lot. I do agree with that. I do like this whole round robin format. It's different from everything else we see during the tennis year, but yeah, that is the downside that you do sometimes get these dead rubber matches, and especially if I was a paying fan, I'll be pretty mad if I if I had to watch that. And I think tomorrow, so most likely. Well, I think has the schedule come out yet? I do want to check that. 1 second, bear with me, guys. I'm pretty sure Medvedev will play first tomorrow. Um, okay, no. So they've put the Medvedev game on second tomorrow, and the Novak. 1 second, guys. That was a brilliant volley from Rafa, by the way. I know I'm late, and some of you guys have seen it, but sublime volley from Rafa. But yeah, just checking. So Mervin is playing in the evening, so even more of a reason for him to down his tools, which means Rafa versus Medvedev on Saturday will most likely be the evening match. I doubt they put Medvedev in the evening and then in the morning or in the afternoon the next day. So Rafa will have plenty of rest, even though it's been a three-set match. I don't think he'll be tired regardless, but he won't be playing tomorrow. And on Saturday, most likely he'll be playing in the evening, as Medvedev is playing in the evening tomorrow. They've put Novak versus Zverev at 2 p.m., which is a little bit surprising, as that is the real big match. They've given more of a reason for Medvedev to just tank that match tomorrow night, especially if it's in the evening. And yeah, Novak versus Zverev to play team probably on Saturday afternoon. So you guys might need to keep me updated, by the way, on the points. For me, he's 30 all. It's really frustrating why I'm slightly behind. I do apologize. Um, apologize for that. Actually, I was thinking Nadal was very. That's a bit of a random one, but you meant Djokovic. Yeah, I think Novak will come through. I think so. Zverev, I was very unimpressed by him against the new Medvedev. I think he really threw that match away, or did throw it away, but played horribly. I think he's great serve there from Rafa. I think he just hits too many double faults. I think it's a mental thing, not a skill thing, really, and really needs to work on that. And I think Novak, he played pretty well in the first half of the first set against Medvedev. I thought the quality was immense from both players, and then Medvedev just stepped it up with another gear. So I think we're going to have both Rafa and Novak in that semi-final, and I still wouldn't count out a Rafa Novak final, although I might just be dreaming a bit there. So just watching Rafa serve at 40-30. Stefanos gets the return back. Match point to Rafa, by the way. Let's see if Stefanos can save this. He was love 30, however, Rafa winning the last 3 points. Exchanging ground strokes now. Rafa looks wide. It is wide, and it's juice. Stefanos saves one match point. Yeah, so tomorrow, 2 o'clock, should be fine. Please do join me for that Novak Djokovic Zverev match tomorrow. It's the first match, so the afternoon match. I don't know where you're living or which part of the world, but for me, UK time, 2 p.m. Will be live for the Novak Djokovic Zverev match. This has probably been one of my favorite streams. Definitely, first time ever we've reached 100 people in the stream, and yeah, just been amazing. So it does seem like, so for me, Rafa's on another match point, but I'm going to take the word of you guys from the live chat, and it does seem like Rafa has won this match 6-2. So I'll change the scoreboard, even though technically I don't have any like live visual confirmation, but so I'm going to watch it because apparently it was a good winner. So just bear with me a little bit as I watch this match point from Rafa. Um, I'm going to predict a massive backhand winner here coming up. Great rally so far. Let's see if Rafa hits that backhand winner. Wow, great backhand winner from Rafa, and he takes the match 6-2 in the third set, and of course qualifies um, for the semi-finals. His dream of winning a first ever World Tour Finals is still very much alive. Only needs 2 wins, needs to beat the new Medvedev, and one of Team Djokovic or Zverev. So yeah, that's the last semi-final spot up for grabs. Really, congratulations to Rafa. Played really well, especially in the probably the opening 2 sets. The third set, he picked it up when he needed to, but it was very scrappy in that third set. And yeah, well done to Rafa. Reaches the semis, and we've got our third semi-finalist. So Rafa Nadal will face the new Medvedev in Saturday's semi-final, and Dominic Thiem will face one of Novak Djokovic or Sasha Zverev. We are going to find that out tomorrow in the afternoon match. Please do join me for that match tomorrow. Should be another cracker as well. I'll let the stream run on for a few more minutes. Let's see what anyone has to say. Guys, let me know your thoughts, what you thought of the match. Any questions, anything like that. This was probably one of the best matches or the best stream I've had, simply because very active. We reached 100 people at watching at the same time. It was really great. And what I'll do is they're about to have the little post match interview. I'll put the volume up on my side so you guys can listen in to those who may not be watching on the stream or etc. As soon as that comes on, I'll put the volume up and we can listen to the post match interview together. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. So far, the three semi-finalists, uh, none of them have ever won a World Tour final. So Medvedev, Nadal, and Dominic Thiem, zero World Tour finals between them. Of course, we are gonna get someone either Novak or Zverev. Both have won the title, so there'll only be one semi-finalist who has won this tournament before. So looking likely that we are going to have a new first-time winner of this tournament. Goodbye to anyone who's leaving. Hope you enjoyed it. Thanks, Tim. Very, very good to have you as well. Anyone else that's leaving, please do drop a thumbs up before you leave. It'd be great. If you haven't subscribed, please do subscribe. We are going to do more of this. Both semi-finals will be live streamed, hopefully, and also the final move for sure will be live streamed. So I hope to see you guys again soon. I'm of course still here for a couple of minutes. We're going to listen to the interview now, and then any questions, anything like that, please do drop it in the chat. I'll put the volume up on my end. Congratulations, Rafa. You're into a sixth semi-final in 10 tournaments here. That was a really tough match against the defending champion. What did you have to do to come through that one in the end?
Yeah, I think I played quite well for such a long time. Yeah, that game in the 5-4 of the second affected a little bit. I lost the second, and then I was able to have the break in the third earlier, but then he break me back. I think I was winning my serves quite comfortable until that moment. After that, everything changed a little bit. I think I started to serve a little bit worse, but in general terms, have been a very positive match for me. Being the semi-finals here at the last tournament of the year is an important thing. Happy for that, and I'm looking forward to that semi-finals against Simon.
Yeah, you've mentioned a few times that this is the one tournament when you've been asked about this big title that you haven't won, and you keep saying, I will keep fighting. What does it mean to you now? You're in the semi-finals for the first time in 5 years here.
Yeah, one of these. I still won two matches like last year. Last year I was a little bit unlucky to not be in that semi-finals. The year before I had to pull out. Yeah. It's always difficult to play here against the best players of the world every single day. End of the season, most of the time that you get here a little bit tired. But this year is a little bit different. No, sad for the situation. Here normally after this good match, the atmosphere should be fantastic as always. It's different story. Yeah, very sad to say goodbye to this amazing place under these conditions, but that's what we are facing today around the world now. So just excited to be in that semi-finals, and I hope to be ready to try my best.
A crowd here would have absolutely loved that match. The atmosphere in here would have been fantastic. You enjoy London. You like cooking for your team when you're here. What have you been doing to try and fill your time in between matches?
Well, it's true that we can't complain at all because we are very lucky to be practicing our sport under these such a very difficult conditions. So we can't complain, but at the same time, we have to say, yeah, it's a little bit more boring than usual without the done. No chance to go out for dinner. So yeah, days in the middle are a little bit longer, but happy to have a good team around me. So just trying to stay relaxed and be patient and I know remain a couple of days. So I'm just focused on trying to keep going. Tennis is anything but boring. We'll see you in the semi-finals. Thank you very much.
So very humble from Rafa there, as always. Really, always very humble and always a pleasure to listen to. I don't know if you could hear it. I hope I tried putting it as loud as possible for you guys, so I hope you could hear his interview there. But he was saying that, of course, misses the crowd. Very happy to be in a semi-final, and also saying that it's different. Some things that we have been saying, that players aren't, or he's not as tired coming into this tournament as perhaps in previous years. So, but of course, he was saying that the situation why that is happening is unfortunate. So, good stuff from Rafa. I see a few people have left. So, goodbye, SJ, if you're still here. Goodbye, Tanmay. It was great having you, and see you guys again soon. We'll let it run for like another minute or so, but yeah, a really good display from Rafa. Quality kind of dropped a bit in the third set, but I'm sure it won't really have anything or any bearing on his semi-final match against Daniil Medvedev. I'm probably gonna wrap up the stream now, guys. I hope everyone. There's still 50 odd people here, so I hope you really enjoyed it. If you want more of this, then please do subscribe and turn the notification bell on. I will be doing a live stream for tomorrow's match between Novak and Sasha, and also both semi-finals and the final. Always great to have you guys joining in the chat, and please do drop a thumbs up before you leave. That would be really